New dinos, new zones, and brand new items? Ragnarok is adding a lot of new stuff, so let's cover everything that we know before the launch of Ragnarok Ascended. Well guys, we got some pretty big news. ARK just released this new little banner right here, their new Community Crunch 462. This isn't just a remaster anymore. They added a completely new area on the map. I mean, at least that's my rumor. That's what I think about it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go over this really quick. So the countdown of Ragnarok is on. As we close on the launch of one of ARK's most beloved maps, the team's been head down putting in the work to bring this fan favorite map to life in ARK Survival Ascended, with the complete top to bottom redesign. Which, that's pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. A top to bottom redesign. It could just be them just saying it just to hype up the map. It could be. I mean, if you guys do know how Ragnarok is, it's just very, very outdated, and there's a lot of portions of the map that are just missing some stuff. Like, for example, the desert map, it's got a desert portion, which is just kind of straight flat. I just feel like that's really missing a lot. So hopefully that means that we're gonna have new areas. Anyways, Ragnarok Ascended goes beyond a return or a remaster. It's a full-scale revival, and we believe wildcard teams' best work to date. Wildcard teams. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I cannot say that right for some reason. Behind the scenes, it's been a whirlwind of polish and final touches as we prep for the rollout. So, I mean, that's pretty big. It goes over some other stuff here. Ragnarok Ascended, just fully remastered. Then we get a new Bison, which I'll go over that here in a little bit. But first, before we keep going down, let's go over this a little bit. I mean, from what they're saying here is that it's not just a remaster like the other maps, like the island, the center, aberration, extinction, because those are all kind of about the same. The biggest one, in my honest opinion, I feel like is the island. The island is pretty different. So hopefully what that means here is Ragnarok's gonna have some new zones and some new areas, and I'm really hoping for this. Here's the image right here. Let's see if I can zoom in. I mean, I'm not seeing too much. This clearly is not really Ragnarok right here. Yeah, but this is just some artwork. I mean, there's really nothing else here that I can really see. It's got these giant things. There's Red Ob, but this area does look different, but I don't know. So from what we see here, there's the lava golem, which is big. That's good to know that we still have the lava golem. Here's all the bisons, get some ovis, and then we have some griffins as well. We also have man with the tech sword and then the tech shield. So that means we're getting, I don't think tech swords are in the game. No, they're not. So tech swords are being added. That's big. Same with the shield too. That's also big. Got some more griffins over here in the corner. There is what, Green Ob? Yeah, that's Green Ob back there. Trying to look for some other details, another bison. Oh yeah, the ice wyvern. He has a nice little redesign, but he doesn't look too different. He still looks about the same. So nothing really too new there. Over here you got a little mountain, some trees, but yeah, that's just artwork. I don't think that's really anything new, to be honest. Now let's go over some of the other stuff really quick. This video is sponsored by Mitra 9. Mitra 9 is a kava and kratom seltzer company which provides an alternative to alcohol. These drinks give you a high, but without the impairment. They have a ton of great flavors, my favorite being tropical. If you're looking for a new drink to replace your coffee in the morning, Mitra is the way to go. Simply go to mitra9.com and use my code Outcasts and you will get 25% off your entire order. Now, back to the video. Alright, so we got the Bison, then we got Ragnarok Ascended, but this is a very controversial thing, but they're not forcing you to buy it. But anyways, it's the Lost Colony Expansion Pass, which is a day 0 content, which I don't agree with a lot of that, but I understand it. Anyways, a first step into our upcoming full-size canonical expansion map. All purchases will immediately unlock exclusive Lost Colony gameplay content. Full details of those features to be revealed on June 18th, which is also pretty big. I mean, I don't really know what this means. I would assume it's probably some skins or just something, but knowing how ARK has been in the past, this could be another paid dino or just a paid something that you get that's just more powerful than everybody else. I'm really hoping that it's just skins. If it's just skins, that's perfect. That's how it should be. But I don't know if I agree with that. I'm probably not going to be doing this. I mean, I don't really have any interest to pre-order anything. I've never pre-ordered anything in my life. I never will. I think that pre-ordering stuff is just not the way to go because, you're just giving money to get early access to stuff, or I don't know. I think it's kind of stupid in my opinion. Anyways, there's some more updates down here that goes through fixing a lot of the issues that 5.5 gave us, because 5.5 was a bit of a disaster, I'm not gonna lie. it honestly kind of made the game a little bit worse, except other maps like the island in the center actually run a lot smoother for me now. But like newer maps like Astraeos, like the new update, it just completely broke it. So hopefully this update means that they fixed it, and my ARK was updating a little bit earlier, so it should be fully finished. So yeah, I will actually get to see that. Well, that's it for this one. Now let's go over some of the other Ragnarok stuff and try to see everything that we know that is coming to Ragnarok so far. Alright, so next up is Community Crunch 458. This is the other Ragnarok one that I could find so far. And then I think we have 2 more after that, but yeah, so let's go ahead and cover this one. This week, we're giving you a closer look at the thundering titan of Ragnarok's wild, the Bison. Don't let this fluff fool you. This burly heavyweight is an all-muscle attitude and herd-first loyalty. Now whether you're looking to trample threats or milk a little extra value from your mules, Bison brings both brawn and utility to your ranks. The Bison will stomp into ARK Survival Ascended for free with the launch of Ragnarok Ascended on June 18th. Now this is actually pretty big for us. We're finally getting a free dino. I know a lot of you guys already know about this. I'm just kind of going over all this stuff for anybody that doesn't really know. But yeah, we're getting a Bison, which is awesome, and it's free. Finally, you know, something that is actually free for once. Alright, so let's have ChatGPT just tell me what this says, just to kind of sum it up for me. I don't feel like reading all that. Okay, so to start off, we got Bison. It's a herbivore, which is good to know, and it's territorial. After dealing with the endless parade of strange creatures on the ARKs, it might feel like a pleasant surprise to run across some ordinary looking buffalo. Just make sure to enjoy the look from a distance. If you brought along anything as big as an Allosaurus, they become aggressively territorial around larger predators. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. Once provoked, you can expect these stubborn slabs of meat to fight until their bitter end. An irritated Bison will throw the massive weight around like a wrecking ball, flattering its herd even when overmatched. I watched one launch a Rex senseless before tossing the day's would-be predator off a cliff. That's actually good to know. This is going to be a PvP dino, and in my honest opinion, I have a feeling it's going to be kind of similar to a wyvern. You know how they kind of like use their wings to just knock some stuff like back like dinos. So what I'm thinking here is that these guys are going to be pretty overpowered for base defense, and actually for raiding too, but I mean more base defense, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that they're gonna be super tanky. I don't fully know yet, but as a base defense kind of creature, that's pretty big. I mean, if they can hit stuff really far back and somebody's trying to get into your base with like a stega or something to raid your base, you can just instantly knock them back away from your base, which would be pretty overpowered. So hopefully we can learn a bit more about this before Rag, but as of this video, there's 4 days left, so I don't think so. Now we're going to go to the domesticated part. Breaking one of these overstuffed bovines is tougher than you might think. All that extra bulk makes the Bisons especially tough to knock out. Basic vehicle materials are the best for taming, because they'll fight for you as fiercely as their own herd. Your Bison may not end fights quickly, but it will take a beating and tussle just about any threat. Okay, so yeah, like I thought so, they're not going to be crazy like hitting, but they're going to be very tanky, so that could potentially mean another soaker. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think that means in the comments. A tamed mama bison will prove to be a useful dairy animal for your tribe. As long as she's nursing, what makes it extremely nutritious milk actually pairs well with some of the more interesting recipes survivals have collected. Any nearby creature will want some once they smell it. And then it says that there's either a baby herbivore thread it like their mother's milk. Okay, maybe I'm reading that wrong again. I feel like it's kind of a misprint, or my brain is not working. Whoa, that actually taught us a lot more about the Bisons. So they could be tankers. I mean, we don't know yet, but that's still pretty good to know. Okay, so let's go over some of the other stuff. Okay, and then we have the update, which I don't think this really talks about Ragnarok. It just talks about it being launched on June 18th. And then the Lost Colony. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, so this is just the delay for 5.5, which a lot of you guys already know about. And yeah, there's nothing else there. Okay, but then we have Community Crunch 457, which this reveals the male Bisons, and it's not looking like there's too much more in here. It's just a bunch of Bisons just going in a herd, which is pretty cool. Oh, and some lassos. So maybe taming them will involve us having to lasso them. Okay, so it says, after dealing with endless parade of mutants, monsters, and elemental nightmares, there's something oddly comforting about a good old-fashioned angry bison. While its nursing counterpart might be busy feeding the next generation, the stubborn slab of muscle is more interested in clearing out threats, and just don't expect a grateful fight. Do expect a lot of headbutts, ground-shaking stomps, and an unrelenting drive to protect its herd no matter the odds. Whether he's staring down a Rex or tossing an Allosaurus off a cliff, the male bison will be a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, that kind of tells us about the same as the last crunch that we just went over. really nothing else too much here other than how Ragnarok was supposed to be launched on June 2nd, which got delayed unfortunately, but you know, stuff happens. Alright, then we have Community Crunch 456, which does talk about the Griffins, which also includes baby Griffins. And we also have Griffin nests, which is pretty big. This was something that a lot of people on ARK really wanted, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit scared now because a lot of people are gonna have insanely overpowered Griffins, and that does kind of worry me a little bit. Alright, so let's go over this. They've been fast, fierce, and a fan favorite for years, so Griffin lovers rejoice. With the arrival of Ragnarok and ARK Survival Ascended, we're excited to grant a long-standing community wish: Griffins will be breedable. Which yeah, a lot of people in the community were very happy about that, and I know a lot of you guys are still very hyped for that, including me. Whether you're dive bombing into combat or planning your next wyvern heist, take to the skies with the new generation of Griffins raised, trained, and imprinted, opening up new possibilities for one of our most iconic flyers. And yeah, I believe that's it for this one. It's gonna make for some very interesting fights. Alright, and then lastly we have Community Crunch 455, which is the Bison reveal, mod spotlight, and more. Now this one goes over there's actually quite a bit going on in here, so let's zoom in on the photo for a second. We have a Griffin chilling up there on this little house. We got some dodos and equus, and then a bigger thing is that we actually have, if I can zoom in, milk. Having milk should play a pretty big role just in making recipes, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the milk is gonna be used for totally yet. I mean, maybe like an alternative to getting wyvern milk, hopefully. So that's gonna be big. We also have a windmill back here that's already in the game. I don't see anything else. Maybe a new armor pack that could be in the game. I'm not totally sure. Just the baby bison. Oh my god. I can't wait to have these. This is a dino that I'm so hyped for. Stampeding into Ragnarok with a whole lot of fluff and zero chill, the Bison is your horned heavyweight champion of Headbutts and Highland Havoc, which just clearly states right there that they're going to be spawning in Highlands. This community voted bruiser isn't just for bringing brute force, it's also packing some surprisingly nourishing qualities for those wise enough to keep it close, whether it's terrorizing would-be threats or just being the burly barnyard buddy that you didn't know you needed. Okay, so yeah, that teaches us a decent amount. But it's pretty similar to the last posts. I mean, I did kind of go backwards on the post. I probably should have went forward, but it's whatever. Alright, so the Bison thunders onto ARK with the launch of Ragnarok on June 2nd, which is false. From snow-capped peaks to sunbathed meadows, this bovine behemoth is ready to make the wilds of Ragnarok its stomping ground. So, I mean, just let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys hyped for this? What are you expecting the most out of this? But so far, what we've seen Griffins that are breedable. We talked about Bisons, Ice Wyverns, and then the new Lost Colony expansion, which is kind of controversial, but I'm not totally sure what that's going to be yet, so we just have to just wait and see. But yeah, anyways, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new, and hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.